Hello people, welcome to Tom's Tips, and this one has been requested by one of our members who came across a gravity system and he couldn't find any information on gravity systems, so I'll see what I can do. Hope you can understand this. So a gravity system, if you've got a gravity system, or your mum and your dad's got a gravity system, or your grandma, they've had that system a long while because these are the first systems that were put in, and if it's still working, it just shows how good of a system there and how good that boiler is. And what happens, there's the boiler, and by the motion of gravity, once the water gets hot, it rises, hot water rises, it goes to the cylinder, it warms the cylinder up, it comes back with the cool water back down to the boiler, and the whole process carries on and carries on until that water's hot. Now the only problem with that is there's no control. So once that cylinder's hot, it carries on heating, it gets overheated, and the only thing that shuts it down is the boiler thermostat. So it's not very efficient, but it's reliable as a Blackpool donkey. It'll keep going all day long, every day. And this is why people like them, because the old people who had them in, they've had it for 30 years and they trust it, and it doesn't let them down. And if it does break down the boiler, it's usually a thermocouple or a pump at worst to the gas valve. But just lately, we're getting phone calls, you know, you're entitled to a new boiler. We'll put your new boiler in because a new boiler is more efficient, and the government, they're hell bent on all these systems being ripped out, and also the boiler manufacturers are hell bent on these systems being rang out because they don't make any money on this boiler. It's been 30 years, it's broke down twice in 30 years, and the customers are very happy with it. But there's just this thing of you're getting hot water all day long. In winter, the only thing that controls it is the pump. There's a pump here that sends it round the radiators. So in winter time, when you want your heater on because it's cold, you're still getting more and more and more hot water. But there is something you can do about that. And it's a very simple Honeywell plan called the G plan, right? And it'll save you money, and it's quite simple to put on. It's not be a lot of money, it's not be an expensive job. You've just got to put a 2-port valve on the return, make sure it's the turn, not on the floor, because otherwise you'll block the vent. So it's got to go on the return, and it works through a thermostat on the cylinder. So when the hot water in the cylinder has reached the temperature that you decide by setting the thermostat, it cuts off, it shuts this circulation, so the water can't circulate anymore, and the boiler will shut down. And in winter time, when the rads are going, it'll still shut down and send all the water around the rads, so it makes it much more efficient for not too much money. The price of one of them is, I don't know, 30 quid, 40 quid. One of them is 12 quid. Just you need somebody to fit it and wire it up. You'll probably get that done for less than 200 quid, and you'll save a fortune in the winter time. And that's called a G plan. Very simple, and it might save you a lot of money. Unless, of course, then you're lucky enough to benefit from a free boiler. Okay, you'll get a free boiler, and you get a free boiler guaranteed for 12 months, and then after that you've got to start saving up, because when they break down, the engineer will come out and it's never less than 100 quid. Every part on a new boiler is 100 quid, plus your call out, plus your time, plus your labour. So anyway, I just thought I'd explain to you a G plan. Alright then, see you later.